Chitta Prasadanam. So Chitta Prasadanam is a beautiful concept. It is to make your mind prasadanam, like present.
Once I get achieve my goal, or once I get into the service, how would how would I regain it?
Vyadhisthana samshaya pramada alasya. So make sure that you have some realistic expectation from your preparation also. You know where you are first. You understand your own mindset. Alabdya bhumikatva means failing to attain some state in our journey.
Good morning, everyone, and everybody, switch on your camera. Today we have a very special guest, with whom you all are meeting from the very first day. Hope you remember the face. So I have already given multiple times. I have already told about Vinay sir. I have told about his background. I have told what he's doing right now. So he doesn't need any introduction, but still, who for all those who are meeting him for the first time. So Vinay, for all of you, Vinay sir, he is based in Bangalore, and he comes from a very different background. He was IT engineer, and he has worked with many MNCs. He has toured to many countries as well for work also. He had patents on his name, but because of his passion in yoga and towards the inner development, he left everything, and he is the founder of Yogavijnana from last more than 12 years. And to tell you that he is one of the uh, top, or one of the 35 yoga therapists in the country certified by Ayush Ministry, and many other things which definitely I don't know, because even though we know each other from 2016, but the latest developments I have not been able to catch up. But for sure, I know many things, like he is working with Triple IT Hyderabad for his PhD. So just imagine about the resilience, because of which we are meeting this in this meeting, 5 a.m. club, the resilience, the adaptability, learning new skills every time. Otherwise, we have this common understanding कि engineering हो गया, now we have to be settled. So definitely he was settled. He was settled after engineering, and that too in Bangalore. He was a very good engineer, and he was earning at very good package as well. But leaving everything and starting this journey and working for the betterment of the people, choosing yoga as a field, and that too, he's a very unconventional yoga teacher. And he is my first yoga teacher, and probably he will be the only yoga teacher where if I have to learn deeper also in the future. So we have learned, I had this privilege to learn from him many times. We had very deep sessions also every Sunday. So today it is my honor and privilege that I am inviting, and I have a platform that I'm inviting at Elite Academy for all of you. So Vinay, these are my students, and we have started this 5 a.m. club for the betterment, to do something unconventional the way you are doing, to do something unconventional in UPSC journey as well, because the conventional studies are going on. Same GS, same subjects people are reading. And I must share this, that these people whom you are seeing, they are very dedicated ones, because we started this journey from the 1st February, and all of them come from different backgrounds. Somebody is from and different parts of the countries, definitely. So some of them are working professionals, some of them have completed their graduation, some of them are still in their graduation, some of them have given UPSC. So we are working on the mindset and energy, and today it is honor that I have invited you on Elite Academy for the first time. I have invited you at other place somewhere, but today officially at our platform. So everybody, Vanessa will be guiding us on a very interesting topic. So do take your notes as well, and be curious to learn. We will have very good discussion. So be curious to learn and ask questions. Okay, so over to you, Vinay.
Thank you so much, Imanshu, for inviting me. And yeah, I think this morning sessions are very new to me. This is the first time I'm giving a lecture early in the morning. So very good initiative to drive this 5 a.m. club. Thank you so much. And yeah, just a small correction. I'm not doing my PhD still. I'm still doing my MTech in IIT Hyderabad, not Triple IIT Hyderabad also. Okay. So MTech PhD is still a long way to go. Maybe I'll get there. I don't know whether I'll get there also. Let us see. All right. So coming back, so how much time I have, Manshu?
All your time only. No problem. 30-40 minutes.
All right. So thank you. First of all, I think it's a very big journey you all have started, not just with Himanshu, but in general preparing for UPSC itself. I think some of you may already have been aware of the journey. So when you are starting any journey, right, whether it's a preparation for UPSC or even in a yoga journey itself, so we get a lot of roadblocks in the journey itself. Okay. And today that's exactly what we are going to discuss little more in detail. So we try to understand what are the roadblocks that we have to overcome in any journey that we take. I always take the inspiration from the yoga path itself. From there, I take references probably to explain you something to make you understand from the UPSC as well. That's exactly what I'll be attempting to do. Feel free to stop me whenever you have any doubts. If you want me to go slow, you let me know that you need some more explanation or you need to make some notes or whatever it is, so that I'll take it at a pace that you can all understand. All right. All right. So coming to the first definition, let us define what exactly is yoga itself before we go a little more deeper into the topic itself. Because for me, like I draw all my inspirations from the scriptures. Okay. So because that's a source, a vast source of knowledge is out there. Okay, we don't have to recreate a lot of new things. So the scriptures say everything. So for me, the favorite scripture is Yoga Sutra itself by Maharshi Patanjali. So I draw a lot of inspiration on the life skills, on our preparation journey, whatever you can think of, right? Everything can be drawn from the reference of Yoga Sutra itself. So that's exactly what I'll be doing. I'll be taking a lot of inspiration from the Yoga Sutra to explain you one key important concept, okay, of the Yoga Sutras. And before we explain some concept, let me just first define what exactly is yoga itself. Let me ask you this question, right? Uh, you just tell me. Let us make it a little more interactive also. So what do you think yoga is, as per your understanding? So let us start. And again, whenever I ask question, right, I think probably those who are new, let me make it clear. I'm not expecting any right answers from you. I just want some responses. Whatever responses you want to say, it's fine. Let us make it as interactive as possible because 5 a.m. Some may be just to open up and be sitting here. I don't want you to go to sleep again. So just please participate by saying something. Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Anyone? What is yoga? Like according to you, what do you think yoga is?
It's a state of mind, sir.
It's a state of mind. Fantastic. All right. What else?
Come on, interact.
Anyone else?
Yoga is attaining the balance between physical and mental health through
It's a, it's
pranayams
a
and asanas.
it is what? It is asanas.
Pranayams and asanas, attaining
It
balance.
includes pranayama and asanas. It's a training between physical and mental. What is it? It's a physical and mental, you said.
Yes, balance.
Balance. Okay, it's establishing balance. Okay, fantastic. What else? Any one person, last one, whoever wants to go.
A type of a meditation for a body.
It's a type of meditation for the body.
Not
Okay,
physical.
fantastic. All right. Dinesh, you want to say something?
Knowing our inner self.
Knowing our inner self. All right. Hari, you want to say something? Add on to it.
Sir, I think it's a kind of a way of life.
It's a way of life. Fantastic. All of you are exactly right. But let me just take what exactly the Patanjali thinks yoga is. Okay, because whatever the yoga that the whole world is following today, right? It draws the inspiration from the Yoga Sutras. Okay. And there, Patanjali defines clearly what yoga is. He's all about yoga's chitta vritti nirodha is what he says. So what he means by that is yoga is just a way to control the mind. That's all. Okay. Physical body is just a byproduct of it. But the main thing that he gives importance is how do you control this mind? That's all. Because most of the times, the challenges that we all face is mental level. Whether it's UPSC preparation, it's a mind game. You all know that very well. Okay. So if you are preparing, if you're doing something which is a mind game, you need to first know how to control this mind. fine. And then it goes on to elaborate what are the different ways the mind can get disturbed and all of those things. And then once you are in the path, and let me get into the topic straight away because of the interest of time that we have. So if goal is to control the mind, then he just goes on to say, what are the kind of a roadblocks that a person can face while the person is in the journey of controlling the mind? Okay. So whenever I say controlling the mind, now that we have understood mind game and UPSC is all same, yoga is all, UPSC is all about mind game. You can always relate to that. Whatever I explain as a concept from the yogas, you can explain that, or you can directly relate to that to your UPSC preparation also straight away, because it's all same. At the end of the day, it's a mind game. Fine. And now what Patanjali says. See, whenever you're in a spiritual journey or UPSC journey for you, okay, he clearly specifically says there are 9 different roadblocks that a person can come across. Okay. And he beautifully explains in one of the sutra. Let me just quote the sutra also, just for the sake of make sure that we have some. I'll also say some, there is some authority when what I'm saying. I just not quoting from the air. So just to want to make sure that things are referenced properly here when I'm talking. So the sutra is from the Yoga Sutra itself. It says Vyadhisthana samshaya pramadalasya virati bhranti darshana labdha bhumikatva navastitatvani chitta vikshepaste antarayaha. So I'll explain you one by one. Okay. So there are 9 specific roadblocks that Patanjali is mentioning in our journey. And the first thing he says is Vyadi. So Vyadi is something which some of you may be able to relate easily. It's an illness. Okay. So when you talk about illness, what first comes to you? It's a physical illness, right? See, because whenever in your case, right, if you are physically ill, can you do the same thing? Not possible, right? Your preparations will go for a toss. Okay, you'll not be able to give commitment to whatever you wanted to do. All that will happen. So that's the reason why he gives, that's the first thing. Take care of your physical body so that physical body is healthy. You're kind of understanding, right? So that you can sit for long hours for your studies. So what to do for that? At least do some exercises. Very important. Because nowadays many times people think particularly I know I've met like Himanshu, a lot of UPSC, because I'm in this area where UPSC students keeps coming here, so I kind of know what all they go through, and because I keep talking right from probably Himanshu and their group was the first group that came here. So and since then a lot of people are been coming here. So one thing that they constantly ask, right, whenever they want to do some physical activity, they say, I think I'm wasting my time doing physical activity because I can give the same time reading or doing some subject studies. Okay. See, it's not a waste of time because that's an investment, I would say. Because if you are investing some time on physical activity every day, so that you will not come across the state of Vyadi in the future in your entire preparation journey. So for that, some time you have to give every single day. You're kind of understanding, right? And when I say exercise, it also has to be balanced with right amount of sleep also. And that's another thing that a lot of people share. Teach me something where I can reduce my sleep so that I can give more time to study. Okay. Understand it's not possible. So if you want to really be effective or productive in your study, you need enough rest also. Okay. So please, whatever time, because each one needs a different uh, amount of rest. It's not a fixed 6 hours or 8 hours, whatever the modern medicine people say, right? We don't in yoga, we never give a time frame for anything because we're all kalatita, we're all beyond time. Okay. I'm just joking, it's not beyond time. So what I meant to say is the time cannot be objectified like that. It has to be subjective time. So probably how much time Richa needs to rejuvenate herself is totally different from how much time Jagrati needs to rejuvenate herself. Okay. So you have to figure out what is the time required for you to rejuvenate and give that much time. That is important. So because without giving that time, you will fall sick later because your body will not have rejuvenated well. And that's one of the important reason why one sleeps. So one gets diseases, vyadis. You're kind of understanding, right? So rest is important, and coupled with rest, diet is also important. This all comes under physical, because at the end of the day, whatever the food we intake, right? What we are feeding is our physical body itself. Okay, or Annamaya Kosha, what we say, right? The physical body, what we touch and feel is directly related to kind of food we eat. And if you're not taking care of food properly, then obviously the physical body is going to have sickness. It can be easily related, right? Whenever you go and eat some junk food, next day you'll not be able to, you'll fall sick. Once you fall sick, gone. You can't do anything on that day. Okay, so that's why it's taking care of the physical body. As see, Patanjali also keeps it at the topmost, saying first take care of your physical body, important. Till then, otherwise you'll not be able to do anything else in the yoga sadhana. That's exactly what he says. So that's the first thing, vyadi itself, the illness. Okay, which you can take care through your exercises or yoga practice or whatever you want to do. Something you have to do for that. And then your sleep, make sure that you have a balanced sleep. And also, importantly, you need to have proper diet. Clear? And these three elements which takes care of your physical body, right, is also beautifully referenced in Bhagavad Gita also. Okay, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains the four pillars of good health. Okay, so where he says all the pillars are yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu tasya yogo bhavati dukkaha. So you have to have a balance in ahara, yukta aharasya yukta ahara viharasya, ahara and vihara. Vihara means recreation. Okay, you need to have a balance between these two. Yukta ahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Even in your activity also you need to have a balance in your activity. Okay, and then yukta swapna vabodhasya, balance in your sleep. Only when you maintain balance in ahara, vihara, then your exercise, in your work and sleep, only then yogo bhavati dukkha, yoga can eradicate all the illnesses. That's the reference from the Gita itself, what Krishna beautifully explains. So you need to always try to establish these balances in our preparation. I mean, if you are preparing for something, right? And all these Patanjali has mentioned in one word: take care of your vadis. That's all. Finish it off. Okay, because if you want to understand, right, Yoga Sutra is a very concise text where in one word it gives a lot of information. That's how the text is. Okay, now the next is Vyadis Sthana. Sthana means what? It's a lack of enthusiasm, or it can say a mental dullness that we all face. Fine. So because sometimes whenever you're practicing, right, it quite so happens that you don't have that inspiration. You lack the inspiration or the enthusiasm to do something. Then what happens? You'll be like, oh, I just don't want to do it. Or some of you may have gone through that repeated attempts. After giving second attempt, third attempt, you lose that enthusiasm. Okay, and then what happens? Obviously, you'll not be able to give that 100% into your preparation. You may be preparing, but that enthusiasm is not there. It whole thing becomes like a mechanical preparation. You just prepare for the sake of preparation. Just because you are doing it, you just keep doing it. That's all. Okay, and that's again not going to be effective, because if you want to really give your best, right, you need to always have that sense of inspiration or enthusiasm to do something. And in yoga we use different terms to explain the same concept or same enthusiasm itself, but you can just say that dhyana forms one of the most important roadblock, the lack of enthusiasm or a mental dullness, I would say. Okay, so in order to overcome that, what you want to do, you have this concept of making study groups, right? I knew that uh, study groups were very common in your teams. So make sure that you have a study group which is as a group, it lifts up your spirit. Because if somebody is pulling you down in the group, right, it's going to kind of not going to give you that enthusiasm. If there's one person in your group who says, "Yo, let us go and chill out in the movie theater," like this keeps happening, it keeps on happening, then what will happen? You knowingly or unknowingly, your enthusiasm will go down. You'll get like subconsciously you'll get tilted towards that, saying that first time you may say no, second time you may say no, and third time you say, okay, let me just try what is there. I've been studying it for such a long time. Let me just give it a shot and see what will happen. Big deal. Then over a period of time, your mind will be carried on by that automatically. Fine. And that's why make sure that you have that group which is kind of uplifting each other. That's extremely important in any journey that we are going through. The sangha is what we say in the yoga itself. Having a right sangha is very important for all of us to grow together. So make sure that you have a sangha, and also set some realistic expectation from your preparation also. Okay, so in case if you are in a state where you know that 100% you will not be able to clear this UPSC in first round itself, fine. At least set some expectation what you want to do in the first time. Okay, so I know I cannot clear it, but if sometimes what happens is if you are in the pressure of I want to clear in first attempt itself, that's a common thing which I've seen in many UPSC students, right? Whenever the first time they are doing it right, they think they know everything. They just think that I want to clear it in first attempt itself, finish it off. Then once they start preparing, they'll know, oh, it's not easy as I thought. But your goal is set already. I want to clear it off. And that starts giving you the pressure. And that's making you tense, more tense. Okay. So make sure that you have some realistic expectation from your preparation also. You know where you are first. You understand your own mindset. Oh, this is all I can do. Let me just first finish it off in this attempt. Next attempt, I can just take it off to the next level. So that's how you should realistically think about what your capabilities are and plan accordingly. Okay, so this is Vyadhisthana Samshaya. Samshaya means having doubt. Okay, so when you have doubt, doubt can creep in our spiritual path also, in your preparation path also. So doubt can be on what? It can be, oh, whether I can do it. Am I capable of doing it? Do you think, I mean, do I think that I have that in me to do it, to prepare and become a, Hari, can you please put it on mute? Do I have that thing in me to prepare for UPSC? So all these things starts coming in. Or sometimes we may have the doubt on the teacher itself. Whether Imanshu is capable of taking me. You know, first of all, you should be clear. Whenever you are gone to somebody, right? You just have to just surrender to whatever they are saying, because you're here for learning something, right? Whether it's yoga or any subject that you want to learn, you just have to have that mindset to surrender to somebody, so that you don't, that doubt doesn't creep in your mind. Because sometimes when the doubt comes, your preparation goes down. Or you may have doubt on your materials that you are getting, or test series, whether this test series is good or this test series is good. Okay, you have a doubt on that. So even if you get a good mark in one test series, I still doubt whether I'm so good. I may not be so good. I want to do other test series and see what I'm capable of. Okay, so all these doubts, right, which constantly keeps coming in our journey. Fine, and that's exactly the third thing that pulls you down from your becomes a major obstacle in your path. You're there, and now Vyadhisthana Samshaya Pramada. Okay, so Pramada is carelessness or negligence, I would say. Right? So what is negligence? You're just probably very casual, like you're not so serious about it. Like, chalta hai, big deal. There's a test coming tomorrow. Chalta hai, I'll do it. I know I've prepared well. I can just casually I'll do it. You kind of understanding how this attitude comes, right? Or probably you're ignoring some part because you think you're very good with it. Like, manage it, I'll manage it. Then that is the one thing which will drop you down eventually. Okay, so make sure that you don't have this carelessness towards anything that you are studying, because all that you are preparing, right, everything is extremely important. This overconfidence that you get in your path, right, is what stops you from going further. Okay, or sometimes people will not focus on the last minute preparation, so not important. I am prepared from beginning only. Or other way also will happen. Some people will prepare only in the last minute. Okay, so these are the things which is all this careless attitude is not a good thing. So you need to have a very structured, disciplined approach when you're preparing something. Whether you have to give time for maybe you reduce the time for those who, if you are very strong at something, if you are very strong at some subjects, probably you can just reduce the time that you give for that, but you have to give time for that. Okay, otherwise that overconfidence or that casualness, that carelessness, pramada, is what is going to bring you down. Okay, that's the fourth thing. Vyadhisthana samshaya pramada alasya. Alasya is letharginess. It's a physical letharginess. Okay, or we can say it's also the procrastination. Okay, so what exactly it means? Like my body is resisting me. I have a lot of inertia. I just don't want to do anything. I just probably keep spending time on watching some Netflix series, or I just try to keep postponing. I'll do it tomorrow. Not today. I'll just do it tomorrow. Okay. Or anyway, time is there. I'll just keep postponing things because it's a physical letharginess which stops you down. Right. And whenever there's a physical letharginess, right? Even in yoga, we say that one should move always from a tamasic mindset to a rajasic mindset and then to a sattvic mindset. That's a journey for all of us. Okay. If you think that physical body is very lethargic, it is holding you. For some of us, it happens like that. Then you have to kick up yourself and do something physical, 100% for sure, so that you start moving yourself from that letharginess to something more activity. You're kind of understanding it, right? So it can be in any preparation that you are doing. Make sure that you don't become very lethargic. Laziness should not creep into your mind. Fine. So vyadhisthana samshaya pramada alasya avirati. Avirati means it's craving for sensory pleasures. Okay. And what is sensory pleasures for us nowadays? The sweet device, mobile phones. I don't know whether you can see it. Okay. Because we all crave, okay, I just want to watch some reels on that. Probably the reels are more educative, but that reels doesn't stop there, right? When you start flipping in, education becomes something else also there. Okay. You're maybe watching the reels which are related to your education or your UPSC preparation, but everything else pops up there. Okay. And once you watch, it keeps on popping up more and more. And then you get indulged in that. Fine. And just giving one example, mobile phone may not be something which I know a lot of people keep telling me. I have switched off WhatsApp. Sometimes it's a trouble for me to make sure that they install WhatsApp. I mean, in Yogavijnana also, a lot of people have installed WhatsApp only for Yogavijnana's sake, particularly UPSC preparation students who come here, right? Because I insist them, because they want at least some communication coming from our side also, right? So use it as a communication tool, not more than that. Okay. But you need to have a lot of willpower to make sure that you keep it to that level, not more than communication tool. Okay. And this is one thing. And apart from that, there can be any other sensory pleasure you can get. So probably it can be like, I want this kind of accommodation, I want some luxury there. So because we're all students. Okay. So even in our Sanatana Dharma, right? When we are as a student's mind, we don't need luxury. Luxury is stripped off. If you look at the path that brahmacharya takes, brahmachari means a person who is into studies. Okay, he is not given any luxuries. He'll be staying in an ashram, in a kutira, in a very thatched roof or whatever you can just imagine in the olden days. And but nowadays also, right? It's an hostel room. Okay, not a very fancy accommodation kind of a thing. Why? Because the focus is not that. The focus is not what kind of luxuries you get there. Focus is just to focus, make sure that you put your mind into one thing, which is your preparations. You're kind of understanding, right? So just don't get overly indulged into all these sensory pleasures, because that is something which pulls you down, because your focus is something else, not the sensory thing right now. Because all these things will come later in your life. Later in your life, you have to enjoy these things. I'm not saying, I'm not against you not enjoying it, but now not the right time for this enjoyment. That's all. Okay. So vyadis dhyana samshaya pramada alasya avirati bhranti darshana. Because I want to say this sutra every time, because I want to get that number ordering right. Okay, that's the only thing, because otherwise I'll not be able to say anything to you. Okay, only when I repeat it again and again, I'll get that order in the right order. So Bhranti Darshana is false perception. Okay, so because in yoga journey, right, it happens like this. Sometimes people think, oh, I'm already a great person here. I've already achieved some attained enlightened state. It's a Bhranti. It's a muda. He's just thinking that way, but he's not there. Okay. See, he's just basically a lot of times temporarily we will think that we have realized something in the journey of yoga. Okay, that's a Bhranti Darshana. It's a Bhranti that we are seeing. Kind of understanding, right? So the same thing can happen here also. You may have a Bhranti that, okay, I've studied more books, so I've studied a lot. It's a Bhranti. Okay, the quantity and quality is totally different. You cannot equate those things. Fine. Even if a few books you have studied, if you're completely excelled in what you have studied, probably you studied more. Okay. But you may have a Bhranti that more is better. So start hogging up things without assimilating the knowledge. You just keep hogging up things, information. Okay. So information is just one processing, like one input only. You're just putting more and more input, but always make sure that you give equal time to assimilate that information, to make it yours. You're kind of understanding, right? Or you may have a Bhranti that only toppers are very good. He's doing excelling very good in test series. So he is the only one who can clear UPSC. I am still somewhere. I can't do it. That's also a Bhranti only. Okay. You're kind of understanding, right? Any false perception you have is going to be causing your roadblock for your journey. Right? And who will clear this false perception? First thing is teacher. Because if you have any such kind of perception, please don't approach your teacher, because he has also gone through this journey. So he can at least see these things clearly, what is happening in your path. And he can just say, no, this is not the right thing. You're still not ready for it. You just have to do these things. Only then you're ready for it. Fine. So that's one of the one more thing which you have to take care. Bhranti darshana. Okay, so vyadi jnana samshaya pramada alasya virati bhranti darshana alabdha bhumikatva. Okay, alabdha bhumikatva means failing to attain some state in our journey. So in our spiritual journey, it so happens that many people get stuck. Okay, so we get stuck so badly that we don't know how to attain the next level itself. Probably in your sake, probably some of you are stuck at prelims only. You don't know how to go to the next level. Or some of you are stuck at mains. You don't know how to go to the tests, the interviews. You're kind of getting it, right? So even after months of preparation, doing a lot of mock test and everything, right, you still feel stuck at one point. Right? So whenever you feel stuck, if you're not changing something that you're doing already, then you're not going to go to the next level also. Because most of the times what we do is whenever we are stuck, we put extra effort, we work harder to do the same thing again and again. Because the whole problem is what you're doing itself. That's why you're stuck. Unless you identify what needs to be changed, unless you identify what is your weakness, something is pulling you down in your entire journey, right? You have to make sure that you focus on identifying that and changing that. It can be your habits also sometimes, okay? Or it can be your the way you're approaching mindset itself. So it need not be subject related. Sometimes it can be a personality driven also, okay? But unless you identify that, and unless you change it, you'll not be able to go to the next level. You'll get stuck there itself. That's kind of a point of saturation that many of us reach, whether it's in spiritual journey or in UPSC preparation. Fine. How many we have covered now? Anybody is making notes?
We have covered 8.
8. So last one is pending. Okay. We'll again repeat it. Vyadi sthana samshaya pramada alasya virati bhranti darshana alabdha bhumikatva anavastitatvani. This is again a common thing. Anavastitattva means once you attain some level, you find it difficult to retain that level. You come down. Okay. So that means what happens? Attain the level, you may be able to clear the mains this time. Next time, I can't even clear prelims. You just go down immediately because it can be overconfidence also. Okay, one of the things. Or sometimes once you attain some level, right, people think I'll just stop practicing now. I'll just stop preparing that much. Now that I'll focus on mostly on preparing for mains. I don't focus much on preparing for prelims. Because anyway, I know I can clear prelims. You're kind of understanding this, right? How this mindset works. See, in our spiritual journey also, that's why we say constantly we need to practice. Even if a person has attained samadhi, highest state in yoga, even he practices. Why he practices? To retain that state. If he doesn't retain the state, that will also go down. Okay. See, understand, everything in our life is constant. It's like, sorry, it's not constant, it's impermanent. It's transitory. Okay. So keeps on changing. So whatever happens now, it need not be like it will happen always. It keeps changing. So even if you attain some state, you always can drop down from the state if you're not always preparing and practicing at that level. That's the same thing happens in sports also. If somebody is practicing sports, once an injury comes, you may not be able to retain that same state. You'll have to go down and again start from the scratch. Okay, you may have seen examples where Sachin Tendulkar, once he was playing for India, at a later point of his career, he even played for Ranji also, just to prove himself that I can be better there. Okay, so just having a state doesn't mean it's a permanent state. So it keeps fluctuating. So make sure that if you want to retain that state, you need to overcome this block. So by constant preparation. So constant preparation means it can be you're having a discipline, maintaining the discipline constantly, or committing yourself, whatever it is. Okay. So probably Imanshu can give you more information on how to do work on all these things from at your level. So, but this is extremely important. Okay. Anavasti Tattvani, able to you're dropping down from those states. Fine. Clear? And now the Yoga Sutra doesn't leave it there, right? It just gives some practical tools also to overcome these roadblocks. Fine. So what are the practical tools it gives? One of the things that I'm not giving everything here because of the interest of time. At least I want to give you something which appeals to you, okay, from the scriptures, which is probably which you can appreciate actually. Okay. So some of the things that he gives is ekatatvabhyasa, that is one pointed focus with only one thing that you want to do in your life. Okay. So see, this multitasking, right, is a myth, if you ask me. Some people think I can be good at everything. Not possible. Sorry. Okay. Nobody can be good at everything. Okay. You can be good at one thing. So focus on what is that one thing and just have that focus on that. Ekatatvabhyasa, one thing. Okay. I'm just going through faster just because we have a few minutes here. Okay. And then the next thing is Ishvara Pranidhana, which is one important concept in Yoga Sutra, which is nothing but surrendering yourself to the higher purpose. Okay. Sometimes we should not think that I am doing everything. Because when you think that I am doing everything right, it gives a lot of pressure on us to do some things. You just surrender. Some divine energy is making me do all of these things. Then what happens? Naturally, your mindset will shift. I'm just becoming a tool in the hands of somebody else. Okay. And this very shift in the mindset, right, will help you to take less pressure on yourself. Sometimes you may prepare so much that you still don't see that that things happening in you. Surrender to it. So surrender to the process itself. Right? I understand, right? You're not here just for just clearing that some exam itself. Clearing an exam is one thing, but the whole important thing is what you learn in clearing that exam. Okay. So what is the transformation happening within us in the process of clearing that exam? It can be a personal transformation. You all have learned to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. That's the transformation for some of you. A lot of you may be lazy to get up at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. also. But if you all have making a habit for next 1 year to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, that's a self transformation for you. All right. Or some of you may, in order to take care of your vadis, right, you get into exercises or some activity, physical routine. That's a transformation for you. Okay. Or some of you may not have done that itself. See, overcoming what you learn in overcoming this roadblock, right, is what is transforming you as a person. Okay. And that is your learnings, not just UPSC. Sometimes you may not even clear UPSC also. But still, you have learned effective tools to manage your life after that. You're kind of understanding, right? Because I think, I don't remember the ratio. Somebody was saying 1 in a lakh people clear UPSC. I don't know whether the numbers are right. Okay. I don't know the statistics clearly. So please pardon me for that. But whatever, I think you know better statistics about how many people, out of how many people clear UPSC. Fine. See, that means there is this divine energy playing its whole role. So whether you can clear or not clear, but at least focus most importantly on the journey itself, on what you can learn from the journey of getting there. Probably the journey is what is going to lead your life later. UPSC may not happen or may happen. Don't know. It's a divine energy taking the charges there. But at least you can take your life later after that. Okay. And that's one concept. And then the last concept I want to explain is there is one more important concept which we have to follow it in our life is what is called as or the Yoga Sutra explains as Chitta Prasadanam. So Chitta Prasadanam is a beautiful concept. It is to make your mind prasadanam, like present. Okay. And he says, how do you do that? He says, Maitri, Karuna, Mudito, Pekshanam, Sukha Dukka, Punyanam, Bhavanatas, Chitta Prasadanam. So what is he trying to say is, you develop the attitude of Maitri, okay, towards what kind of people? Towards the people who are clearing the exams, I can say. Okay. See, a lot of times, look at your emotions, how the emotion plays a role. Whenever somebody is very happy, okay, what we feel, instead of feeling good about it, we feel jealous about it. Oh, that person can clear, I'm not able to clear it. Okay. See, you need to have the developed attitude of friendliness towards those people who are succeeding in their life. Okay. So that's a mindset that we have to shift. So don't feel jealous about such kind of a people. Instead, develop friendliness towards it. Maitri, to what kind of people? Sukha kind of people. Then karuna, or having compassion for those who are suffering. If somebody is not able to do something, what natural response is? If somebody is struggling in our friend circle only, it can happen. In your friend circle only, it can happen. In somebody struggling to clear something, you feel happy. At least one less competition for me. Okay. See, understand. You develop compassion. You make sure that you have that mindset to understand what is going on and help him out in that. You kind of understand, right? So, and then have that Maitri Karuna Mudito. Mudita is a sense of joy towards somebody who has succeeded in their life. Okay. So if somebody is succeeding in their life, you also enjoy their success. So natural response is, somebody succeeding, we don't enjoy. We just go into the shell. I can't do it. I'm just suffering here. Okay, at least enjoy their success, be part of their success story, because they have been with you for the entire journey, right? So maybe you have all studied together. One person has succeeded in your group. Enjoy their success together as a group. Okay, clear? And then finally, the last important thing is upeksha. Upeksha means a sense of equanimity towards somebody who has not succeeded, or wicked person, you would say. Then maybe somebody in the group keeps on pulling you down. Then have the sensitivity of equanimity. Don't ignore. Just ignore that person. If some negative influences there in your life, just ignore. The negative influences can be coming from anyone. Okay, it can be somebody from your friends only, but may not be your UPSC students. It can be your school friends. Will say, what UPSC you are saying, it's going to be not going to succeed at all in your life in UPSC preparation. You are still there, you're still your friends, but sometimes you need to develop this attitude of just ignoring those people. Okay, only those things is what is going to take you to the next step. All right, so make sure that you inculcate these habits. I think I've taken enough time here. So these are the 9 roadblocks that I've tried to explain you. I hope this covers most of the things that you have to do in your preparation journey. So thank you so much, Imanshu, for inviting me and helping me to meet your students. So nice to meet you all. So I see a lot of bright future being cooked up for our country in this forum itself. So maybe in the future, if some of you take some position, so please don't forget this talk. So somebody like this spoke to you. I just looking forward for you, all of you, to succeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
And when I was listening, in fact, इसमें से कई सारी बातें we have already discussed, but the way it has been presented by Vinay, it is totally altogether a different experience. And coming from Patanjali, coming from Yoga Sutra, it reinforces or reiterates the importance of whatever Vinay sir has told. And the way he has explained, let me tell you, I always used to enjoy his classes when I was there. So we are here in Bangalore, and as Vanessa told, that he is in the same area, Chandra Layout area. So some of you already are staying here, and some of you have visited. So it is there in Chandra Layout only. So when we used to go and attend his classes, it was always a pleasure. Today I was feeling like that student. I am sitting in his classes, and there have been many instances where we had elaborate discussion on UPSC, and he was so curious. Let me share this important quality of his, that he will be always curious about new things. when we used to meet our group, we used to go and practice. He used to ask a lot of questions. Okay, what is UPSC? This, that, then okay, what is means? What is selection rate? How do people? What all? So today, whatever he was able to narrate or share experience or able to correlate Yoga Sutra or Bhagavad Gita with your UPSC preparation, it was indeed marvelous. And very rarely people can relate to your level and talk to your level. So that is very, very important. And that is the biggest, I would say, the attribute of teacher. So indeed, Vinay sir is a great teacher. That's why he's able to correlate with all of us. Right. So thank you so much, Vinay. Indeed, it is a pleasure seeing.
Thank you so much. See, all this UPSC learnings I got it from you only. So all our discussion, whatever you are going through, you are sharing with me, right? And people keep whoever comes here keep sharing some part of their journey. So that's a learning what I could share with you today.
But that was beautiful because hardly people will be able to correlate, because many times we have seen that even though in the journey of yoga as well, people go on, but they're not able to correlate. Not everybody can give to the society, give back to the society. Very rarely, very few people only give back to the society. And I'm feeling so happy that we have, I can say proudly that I have a friend, I have a guru who is with us and who can relate with the things. And he has been engineer, he has seen everything, and today he's doing MTech, but he has already done his MSc in yoga. So he is adding on to his knowledge. So he's one of the Falcon personality from whom we should learn. So thank you, Vinay. Thank you so much. And
So much.
anybody, any question, please go ahead and you can ask. And in future also, I would say that I must say any kind of problem you are facing with respect to your body or mind, where you feel yoga can help you, Vinay sir is always accessible. His courses are always accessible. It is not only limited to Bangalore. His students are from all parts of the world, different countries, people from Australia, Europe, they are following his batches. And there are many beautiful courses on pranayam, on back pain. So these are few common things I'm telling, because we struggle but we don't find solution. Okay, be it your family members as well, I would say I must recommend that whenever you are in this pain or any problem, you should reach out. And he's doing a very good work now. Properly everything is organized, a good team, very in-depth courses are there. So you must reach out for a good, genuine yoga practice or yoga knowledge if you are seeking. So I always aspire that I should go back, but yes, slowly, gradually, as you know that Vinay sir is always there with us every day. Every day we will have Vinay. We play your yoga warm-up session every day by without fail, and all of them are getting benefited from that warm-up session.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. I'm glad that it is helping out.
When any doubts you want to ask or anything, any curiosities there you want to ask, or you want to share something about today's experience or today's talk. You have been knowing Vanessa from the very first day. So any feeling you want to share or any question, please go ahead.
Thank you so much for actually coming to the coming as guest lecture today. And what you address are actually the questions we have, sir. Like these are the roadblocks we are facing on regular basis. Thank you so much for addressing them. And sir, I just have one doubt, sir. How to identify what is the optimum level of rest we need from different persons? Like each person needs different hours of sleep, right? How to find the optimum level? Okay, we will share the qualities.
See, one thing is whenever you are resting, right? You're resting both your body and your mind both. Okay. So after the rest is over, I mean, your body should feel lighter, your mind should feel fresh. Okay. If you are waking up with a lot of heaviness in the physical body, that shows that your body is still not rested. Or if you get up and still feel a lot of sleepy, or you're still feeling a lot of gloomy mind, and it's again an indication that your mind is not rested. Okay. And also, right, now that you asked me this, see, there is no standard duration, that is fixed duration every single day. The reason is, see, for example, just giving an example, right? Today, you prepared so much that you're mentally extremely exhausted. So probably when you sleep today, you may need a little more rest. Okay. And next day, you chilled out. Like you just enjoyed, you were very soft, very peaceful. You didn't do anything physically, anything mentally. Your mind was calmer, completely relaxed. Okay. Or you did some meditation course or something like that. Okay. Then how your mind will be, it's already relaxed. Fine. And your body is also already relaxed. You're not doing anything physically exhausted. So the amount of sleep you need is also reduced on that day. Fine. So it's something which is not a fixed thing. It keeps sometimes varying also. But you have to establish it in a discipline in such a way that there is a practice that you have developed to get up without alarm. Okay. And then your body and mind is both rested at that point of time. Because if you see a small kid, right, if you wake him up before he gets up, then how cranky the kid will become. Okay, that's because the kid responds, the kid reacts, and we can't do that. We have lost that kid in us. Okay, so and also on an average, if you say 6 hours, 7 hours, or 8 hours, it depends on our nature also. For some people who is very mentally oriented, right, you may need a little more rest. For some people who are very we say in Ayurveda concept Vata, Pitta, Kapha and all that, right? Somebody is more Kapha dominated person, right? They need lesser rest. Okay, so depending on our personality, we may need to change the rest duration actually. But the idea is to wake up, to train yourself, to discipline yourself in such a way that you get up at the same time without alarm on every single day. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So thank you for coming as a Falcon personality this week.
Thank you.
And we got to learn a lot of things from you, sir. We have been following you since a month, 20 or 20 more days, sir. And
Thank
so
you.
my question is that sometimes, or more of the times, it's like when we are studying, a single thought comes in the mind, and that single thought becomes a bundle of next bundle of thoughts. And we tries to overcome that thing with different things. But what can be a apt way to overcome such situations?
See,
That a thought comes and we just stops at that point of time and we just goes to
See,
different.
it's like this, right? See, any thought, it's not just in UPSC, right? Even in yoga also, when we are trying to control the mind, a lot of thoughts comes. Why is this thought coming whenever you're trying to focus? Mainly because when the mind starts settling down, that's when all these subconscious starts popping up. They show their power. Okay, so sometimes when you're busy with something, right, the thoughts doesn't come at all. When you're completely busy, occupied with something, right, you may notice. Worst example I can give you is when you're completely occupied watching a movie, no thought comes to you. Okay, you're completely in the movie itself. Fine, understood. That's the worst example. That's why I said that's the worst example. Don't take that example straight away. But there should be some modification required for this example. Okay, and in yoga also, what he says, whenever the thought comes, you don't resist that thought. You don't fight with the thought. You don't try to forcefully bring it down. See, these thoughts are like a small kid. The more you try to apply force to calm them down, right, the more crankier they become. Okay, so that's where the best thing is you just ignore and focus on something else. Focus on something else means your own preparation. You kind of understand, right? Or if a negative thought comes, you immediately start thinking something positive. Okay, that's one of the techniques we mentioned in Yoga Sutras also. Okay, so which I'm not going to again go in detail into that. But whenever you're getting some negative thought, start thinking something positive. If it is a negative thought, even if it is a positive thought also, you change it with some other positive thought, which is your preparation right now. But you need to develop that awareness to make sure that you just move to something else. Whenever it comes, just ignore it and move to something else. That something else can be something positive or something else negative. Sorry, something positive. I mean, from negative to positive or positive, some other positive thought in whatever way you want to. Okay, that's how you just have to quickly make that. First, develop awareness that you're your mind is wandering. Just come back. That's it. That's all we can do. We can't resist and we cannot fight with that thought. The more you fight, it will not reduce. It will start bothering you more.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So it's a pleasure to see you again. Like I've joined your classes in Bangalore. Hi, I'm Shiva. And
Okay.
yeah, so it's such a pleasure to see you here again. And I'm fortunate enough to meet you in person. So I haven't seen any person who is so agile and calm at the same time. So and you have such a positive energy. I've always loved whenever I've come to your place to learn yoga. So it was my I really enjoyed it there. So but sir, my question is like I have a long journey of my preparation. Like I've been preparing for 4.5 years now, and I've given multiple attempts. But right now, what's bothering me is due to this preparation, I have been like feeling somewhere when I usually talk to people in general, apart from my preparation, I get zoned out sometimes. I don't know why. I get into my world ऐसे ही मेरे दिमाग में चीजें चलती रहती हैं, and also I feel socially very awkward. I'm not able to like when I am in a social setting or when I'm talking to someone or with my relatives or something.
I understand.
पहले तो मुझे मन ही नहीं करता that I should go or something. Then even if I'm there, I'm like I'm super awkward and I can't talk and I can't just do anything with them. So it's really like impacting my emotional health, I would say, because I feel how would I regain it after the preparation once I get achieve my goal or once I get into the service. How would how would I regain it? Because it's a very tough thing for me to just be with them, to just do something, and even if I'm doing something, post that I'm so much like tired, I'm totally drained out. My social and emotional battery gets into a negative phase. Like I need 2-3 days to pull up myself. So
Got
how
it.
should I like overcome it and do it
All right.
with something?
See, see, for this reason only, right? Because of the same reason, even in our traditional Indian knowledge system, right? We had this principle of having Gurukulas. I'm just coming to your question also. I'm just going to explain you from a thought process, okay? So we had this Gurukula system. So what was that? Somebody leaves everything at home, everything at family, nobody, no relationship they can keep with anybody in their family. They just come at one place, they start studying as a group. Clear? See, the reason for that was because if they have some relationship with their family members, these kind of a things will start bothering them. Okay, and that's exactly what is happening to you also now. Okay, and does it mean that they will not be normal once they finish the studies and go back? They will not. They'll be normal. Okay, but at least during that time frame, they're just completely dedicated to their own studies. Okay, don't think that it'll make you abnormal later. Okay, you'll definitely be normal afterwards. But during this phase, you can cut down some interactions to with your old friends, which may be necessary also, because all these things will pull you down emotionally if it is right now pulling you down, right? See, it's not like you just have to cut down the friendship. You just have to give some time frame to it to revisit it later. Okay, so you just have to probably talk to them saying that I'm now focused. Share whatever you're going through with the same person itself. If you think there's some person who is not able to understand your journey, right? Share your experience. The more I time here, I'm not able to kind of be myself there because my mind is preoccupied with my studies. It happens to everyone. Okay, when your mind is preoccupied with something, right, you cannot focus. So, but once you be open with them, and then you'll be at least that one thing will go out of your head that I will not be normal with them again. Because you're upfront confronting them saying that, boss, I'm busy with something else. My mind is totally occupied. Please give me 2 years time. Then I'll definitely revisit you and make sure that everything is normal from that point onwards. And in fact, it will be normal later. Now, just that it's like you're in a Gurukula now. Okay. You're sitting, you're completely in your room or in your whatever study centers you are or whatever academy or right academy you're studying, right? That's like a Gurukula now. You're completely zoned out in that own Gurukula itself, which is good for you. Okay, so but only thing is if you think some external other things are bothering you, just upfront tell them, ask some time from them so that you can focus better here. Okay, and you'll be normal later after finishing this. Absolutely, you'll be normal. Don't worry about it.
Yes, sir. I hope so.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
That
Nothing to worry.
my relation, I have like in recently only I have an incident over it. Everyone has expectations related to me, like you should be there, like you should have done it. So sometimes I feel burdened because of that, because I have my preparation to do. I have that pressure that I have given multiple attempts. I need to clear it this time. And also socially, thoda sa parents ko bhi, they are expecting something like I should be clearing this year maybe. So there's lot of going on with me, and then my friends are expecting something from me. So it's a chaos right now, but I'm trying to keep myself sane
I
and just
can,
to be
yeah,
like,
I can totally understand that actually. That's how it is actually. That's one of the roadblocks I mentioned, right? That is
yes,
something which keeps on. That's what drops your enthusiasm. That when I was explaining, I mentioned, right? The social pressure is going to drop your enthusiasm down, particularly after clearing multiple attempts. The sthana I mentioned, right? That is exactly the roadblock that is happening right now. So you just have to open up yourself and make sure that they understand you. And see, your journey nobody can understand except you. Okay, probably nobody can understand because even Imanshu cannot understand. And the reason is your personal things are totally different from his personal things. Okay, so I mean, although he is a great teacher, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, what you go through, right? He can what do you say, compassionately respond to that from his perspective, but you have to go through what you're going through. Nobody can go through that. Okay, so that's where you have to be upfront, open to people about it, and talk to them. Say that, give me 2 years time, please don't, probably don't come back and put this pressure to me if you are think you are if you're going through that pressure, right? So ask time and just make sure that you focus on what you're doing. So don't get distracted by all these external things. That's something which will start reducing your enthusiasm.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
And put a board on your door, which is there behind you. Even such thoughts are not allowed in this room.
Yeah, those are all positive affirmation which you can definitely use. See, this is something which Imanshu is good at. He can guide you with all these positive affirmation, how we can do that. Okay.
Anybody else would like to ask something? Because see, when we ask doubts, see what kind of clarity we are getting, and this clarity is very, very important. Definitely, Vinay has told everything, whatever he had to say, and correlate with your journey. But everybody's journey, as he mentioned, is unique. So you are going through a lot of things which definitely I or anybody cannot understand. You need to express, you need to share. Then only we can correlate, we can give a solution. Any last person?
Good morning, sir. First of all, your yoga, again, just like everyone, but I don't want to repeat the same thing it is, but it is helping me. So, that, and so one thing for someone like me, I will be giving my first attempt after 3 years. Now, the very thought of me having 3 years, I feel that is the main reason why I cannot reach my full potential, because I just have this in the back of my mind कि हाँ ठीक है आगे कर लेंगे, थोड़ा आज 2 घंटे हो गया तो मे बी कल 4 घंटे पढ़ लेंगे, or something like that, because I just, something like this has been, holding me back. And it's not just me, there's two more people who have attempts in future. So what can we do to, because this is also just like every other mental block, but I feel that this is something that is greatly hindering my me to reach my fullest potential.
Thinking that you have multiple attempts more.
No, so my first attempt will be in 28 because I'll graduate in that year.
Oh, your first attempt is in 28.
Yes,
Yeah.
when actually they are in college and they have decided this goal and they have started the journey from the college days itself.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yes.
See, let me share from my interaction with UPSC students who come here, right? After giving 6 attempts, they feel that the first attempt should have been not given. Okay, that's a common thing which I always hear, because the first attempts that people give is a very casual attempt. That's what I have seen. Why they give it? Just to know the process. Just let me just see what is it. Okay, I'm telling you, right? Please don't give any attempt at all if you're not prepared for it. Whether particularly first attempt. Okay, particularly like people like you, right? So only after preparing, give the first attempt for you. Because that's a common thing which I've seen in many people who struggle after attempts are lost. They're like, I should not have given the first attempt. That's what I commonly keep hearing from everybody. Okay, so now that you have more time for preparing for the first attempt, right? you are in a very good state. So because right now only you can probably start structuring. You have a little bit liberty to spread your preparation, I would say. Because like probably like Shivangi said, right, you are not in a pressure to prepare now. You are at least that keeps your mind a little calmer because there's no pressure from social or from preparation perspective that you have. So space it out your preparation if you want to. But once you have, you can probably, if somebody is preparing 12 hours a day, right? You have a luxury to prepare only 6 hours a day because you still have a long way to go. But at least if you're committed for that 6 hours, make sure that you don't change it. You just give that 6 hours no matter what. I'm going to give that 6 hours. I'm not going to change it. Okay. So because with time, some luxury comes, but it should not become like a misuse, or it should not become a indulgence there, saying that I'll let me just keep skipping. So whatever time you are given for yourself, you have that luxury for you to give lesser time if you want to, but stick to that time, whatever you have given. Again, after that, please don't repent if you have missed the first attempt. That's something which commonly I hear from everybody. The first attempt should have been the best attempt. Not don't repent for it later. Okay, so make sure that you give the first attempt, whatever after complete preparation only, not without preparation.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I want to add something.
Yes.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Yes. Hi, sir. My name is Ashish. I joined a little late. So, actually, guest came and they're going to Kumbh. I am taking them. But your session was so wonderful that I made them wait. Even they are waiting right now. Also, they are also listening to you. And
Vinay, he is there in Prayagraj. And Ashish, let me share. Last week, Vinay sir was there in Prayagraj.
oh,
Yeah,
very
I
nice.
just came Sunday from Prayagraj.
Oh, okay. So they are also waiting. Your session was so wonderful. Your aura is brilliant, sir. So my question is basically, sir have previously mentioned that monkeys in our mind, hopping from one point to another point, and then today I am here, tomorrow I will be somewhere else, and then day after tomorrow I will be somewhere else only. So how to control this? Like just to put stop to it or do something else, as Ravi has also pointed out, the thoughts, one thing and then it coming to another and it's becoming into 100. So these monkeys which are disturbing us, how to control this?
See, you don't have to control the monkey. You just have to let them be whatever monkeying they're doing. That's what I've told already, right? I think somebody asked a similar question. See, if you try to control the monkey, you'll not be happy about it because controlling a monkey is difficult. Why do you want to do that? You let the monkey do whatever the monkeying they want to do. You just do whatever you want to do. So you should never control the monkeys, if you ask me. Let them do. I already told somebody asked me the same question, right? Whenever that sketch thought come, the best thing is to ignore them and put your effort into whatever the thoughts you want to do. Okay. These keeps, I tell you, right? More and more you ignore these things, the more and more it reduces. Okay. So it's an effort that we have to put to reduce these thoughts. But the effort is not by controlling them, by effort is by ignoring those thoughts.
So don't try to chase them. I think last week even Melody was saying that, sir, I'm trying to chase my monkeys. It's okay. Let them be there. Don't try to chase them. Don't engage them. Don't talk to them. Have you visited any place where you have seen a lot of monkeys and tourist place? They try to snatch the things from you. Don't
Yeah.
engage with them. If you look at them, then they will try to scare you. Then they will try to talk to you. They will try to give back to you. So don't
Exactly.
engage. And this is what I have learned from Vinay sir also. Like since 2016, we are going and we are meeting him and attending his classes. The first thing he teaches in yoga classes that if thought is coming, don't entertain that. Let's say we are sitting in a meditation position and thoughts are coming. It's okay. Let them come. Don't engage with that thought. Don't try to link with. And how do we engage? We start giving attention to that. Try to come back. Like whenever he takes classes, he says that, okay, you are following breathing pattern. Try to come back to that breathing pattern as soon as possible. Okay, fine. Sometimes he gives us a very good yoga nidra session. People will sleep. It's okay. Sometimes they will start snoring in the class. So it's okay. Try to come back.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir, and thank you for
morning.
the session because you did pinpoint out a lot of specific roadblocks for me. And my question is about physical lethargy and procrastination. Even though I have lots of good sleep and my mind is calm, whenever I wake up and whenever I try to do something, I feel a little lethargic, tired, not able to focus anything. So can you give me any suggestion to do it?
So you're sleeping more than you need, or you are sleeping less.
I think I slept for 6 hours. If more, 7 hours.
Okay. See, sometimes what happens, sleeping more also will give you that letharginess. Okay. So the reason is because you're developing the inertia in your physical body. So if you sleep a lot more, sometimes it so happens that we sleep the whole day. Some people are like that. Okay, I am not sure. I don't think so. In your group, anybody will be like that because you're all focused on your preparation. But sometimes when people sleep more, right, they get up in a very gloomy mindset. Why? Because they've slept more than what is required for them. Fine. So if at all you feel a lot of letharginess, right, you start indulging yourself in some physical activity. Okay. So because that tamas has to be broken down through some movements or some action. And sometimes it may not only be a mental action. You may have to get engaged. Are you into some physical activity like practicing yoga or gym, whatever you are doing?
Yeah, I did yoga. Even after doing yoga also, I feel very tired.
That means
And
you're not doing it right. Because if your yoga is making you feel tired after that, right, there's some problem in the way you're doing it. Because at the end of the day, the practice session should make you feel recharged and make you feel energetic. Okay, if you're doing it rightly. If there's something wrong in the way you're doing it, right, that's what makes you tired after that. In gym, it can happen because in gym you're focusing on the physical body. It can become tiring. Okay, but in yoga, it is not just the what we are working on is not a physical body. It's a very energetic thing. So you should feel energized after the practice. If you're feeling tired, that means something is wrong in the way you're doing it.
Thank you, everyone. And this is what Vinay likes as well. He wants interaction. He wants people to ask question. So I'm glad that he found a community at Elite Academy that you guys are asking question. And thank you for asking this question. And
Thank you.
any last doubt or anything you want to ask? If not, then we will wind up. And thank you so much, Vinay. Thank you so much for this time because he is at present very busy person. Lot of classes, lot of learning. He is investing on himself. So it was wonderful that he could spare out time. And let me share this also. Yesterday evening, I requested him and he obliged the request. So that is something great because he was also traveling. He was also not in a very right shape that okay, yes, but he accepted our request and today we had a wonderful session. So thank you so much, Vinay, for this. And I'm sure that our students will be benefited from you from more such sessions on different topics or whenever at Yogavijnana, any other related topic is there, I will forward the details. I will share the details with all of you so that you all can take benefit because a lot of events, even Vinay sir also organizes at his session, at his center, online, offline. So you all it will be great if you all will be part of that because learning should come and we should learn knowledge should come from all the corners, right? It is not only UPSC and UPSC, maybe we can utilize the learning in our journey in our personal for our personal improvement as well, right? So thank you so much, Vinay, for
Thank you
your
so much,
time
Raj.
and
And now that you mentioned, I remember that this weekend only we have a Padma Shri Awardee coming to our center to talk about mind and how to attain tranquility and calmness. So Padma Shri Dr. B.C. Chandrasekhar, C.R. Chandrasekhar is coming. If some of you are interested to attend, it's a free session. Anybody can come. You can bring your friends also if they're interested. So this Sunday 6 o'clock it's happening, 6 to 7:30. Again, it's all about mind. So if somebody is interested in that, and of course, some learning from a Padma Shri, something which I'm looking forward to as well, because we don't often get a chance to meet a Padma Shri awardee and interact him in a very close way, right? So if somebody is interested, definitely most welcome for that.
I will share the details. I think many of you can check my personal WhatsApp number. I put it on status as well, so you can check from there as well. But I will share in our community, and learning from somebody who has achieved something again a Falcon personality, right? So we would be definitely looking up to that as well, Vinay. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending the session also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.